Hello. In this video I'd like to show you several ways that you can use the loop regularizer script. This is actually a script that someone left in the comments to one of my videos, and I've been using it ever since. So thank you to the person who originally linked it to me. So I'll start with a plane here, and I'll center it. And just give it a gray color here. So this works with edit poly. You don't have to be in editable poly mode. And it can work with several subobject levels. So for example, if I select edges, I can select these edges here, deselect these edges, deselect these, so I have these edges selected, and I can press my shortcut for it, and it will turn into a circle. And what you can do is, once you've installed it, you can go to Customize User Interface. Here I like to go Category, All Commands, and I will type in REG, and here we go, Regularize Edge Loop. And I have it set to Alt-Shift-D, but I just press Shift-Alt-D. You don't have to press it in this order exactly. So it works with edges, it works with borders, it works with polygons, so it's a very useful script, good for quickly adding detail to your mesh. So you can, for example, apply the script inset, apply the script, get it to an appropriate size, inset, and then just bevel inwards, and then you can insert something inside of here. So that's one way you can use it. Now, when you're adding, for example, these kinds of circular details, for example, you can just inset here, bevel inwards. You can quickly get these kinds of details. So you can see that we get a nice circular detail, and I can control it simply by inserting a loop and moving it here. I can change its shape. So it's relatively simple when doing this. But what if you have a more complex shape? More dense topology like this, for example. What you can do, of course, is create a cylinder and then use that to kind of cut a circular shape here. You can, for example, try and just kind of cut a circular shape in here, like so, and then fix up the topology. Or you can also use loop regularizer for this. What I can do is select these polygons, regularizer, and then these polygons, regularizer. So I have this result right here. I can straighten out these loops by selecting them, clicking on straight right here under loop tools, loops and loop tools. I can also remove this and simply reinsert it again. And now I have this detail here. And combine a previous script, extend borders, to get this result right here. Alright, so let's say I want to create a hole right here. So I will select these polygons, inset, and here you may want to turn on phase constraints before you apply regularizer. Now give me this result right here, and then I can bevel, make it planar on the z-axis, and just kind of turn off constraints. I can just kind of scale it inwards. Alright, so I want to fix up a few things here. You notice that this part here has dropped off a little bit, so what I would do is select this, make it planar on the z-axis, convert it to vertex, hold control and click here. And what I want to do is go under the snaps here, and in options I want to turn on axis constraints. So what I can do now here is I want to make this even with this right here. So what I'll do is make the z-axis active, activate snaps, make sure that vertex snap is on, and what I would do is snap it from here to here. So it's only moving on the z-axis, so now it's even here. And I want to do the same for this right here. So make it planar, and then snap it right here. And there are a few more small adjustments I can make, like turning on edge constraints, kind of moving this so that they're straight here. Alright, like that. And I can insert a loop through here. I can use Swift Loop, then hold Control and Alt and click here to even this out a little bit, and do the same for this. So now I can create this kind of whole detail without having to use booleans or anything else. Alright, let's start with a new plane. Or just make sure it has the same number of length and width. And now just use the script here. There we go. And now I can begin extruding outwards. Alright. Now let's say that I want to create a square detail here. So I'll just inset and then bevel it out. Right, and then let's say I want to insert a few support loops to sharpen this area up here. So I will insert a loop through here, and I can apply, let's say, symmetry to get the same results on the other side. But now you notice that, of course, inserting those loops through here has ruined this part here. It has sharpened up this area here. So what I can do then is I can select this here, apply the script regularizer, here, regularizer, and here as well. And now we have turned those support loops into perfectly circular areas. I can even do the same for this, simply by selecting these edges here, applying loop, and regularizing this as well. So it makes it very easy to create these kinds of circular details without having to worry about the support loops messing up the circle. And then I can continue modeling. And at any point I can select the border here and convert it into a circular shape. So you can see I can go from square to circular, very easy using this script here. And I can easily put a circular detail wherever I want, simply by selecting it, inset, and regularizer. Scale it. So you notice here the regularizer gives us kind of strange results with the edges. All I really have to do is delete, and maybe just kind of rotate around a little bit. And this way you get good topology. Alright, and one more thing we can do is, let's say that I create a box here. And I will just have these polygons, Control I and delete. Just have this. And I'll select all of this and chamfer. Let's get, for example, 2 segments here. Alright. I can remove this simply by selecting here and remove, or I can go to quadrify, quadrify all. Then you can select this and inset. Make sure that face constraints is on. Regularize this. May have to turn on normal constraints and move it out a little bit. And I can delete this and cap it, and now bevel inwards. So it's a very easy way to quickly put holes wherever you want. I can also use it to quickly add holes. For example, if I create this box here, and then I will apply symmetry just to get an edge going through the center and edge loop. I can delete this and delete this for now, and I can just select these 2 edges here and apply chamfer. First I will just insert 2 loops through here just to have the topology going like this, and now I can insert a bunch of loops through here. Alright, then you can select all of these polygons, make sure nothing behind is selected. I can go to inset and by polygon. Alright, and I can delete that. Apply turbo smooth. This will give us more topology to work with, because right now we can't really make a circle out of 4 edges. You can, but it won't be a perfect circle. You need at least 6 or 8 edges to make a good circle. Edit poly, switch to border, and just select all of these holes here. And then run the script. It may take a little bit because the more geometry you have, the longer it will take. And then once you're done, you can switch to scale mode and scale them all like so, and then hold shift and scale them to get a support loop. And then you can hold shift and move inwards. Now you can scale once again if you want, and then scale to get an edge loop, and then scale all the way inside. Hold control and click on the vertex to convert them all to vertices. Weld, enter in a high number, and then go into geometry. So notice the topology right now, we just got a bunch of triangles, but if you go to geometry, quadrify all, they all become quads. Now you can turbo smooth and get these nice holes wherever you want. So definitely check out and download the link in the description. It will definitely help you out in your hard surface modeling. Thank you for watching, and take care.